May.
First of all, I just thank everyone for being in shul today. I know it's
Doesn't stop, we're going to have to cancel Shabbos.
and it's the morning after Yom Kippur is one of the hardest times to have to get up and to be in shul. So appreciate that everyone has made the effort. I think, by the way, for Kaddish, when Lewis was saying Kaddish, he was the cheerleader, and everybody was saying it all together. We need to just try and make sure, because it's a small group of people, we can't hear it. So you need to say it a little bit louder and perhaps a bit slower, and then everybody can say it in unison. So here's a question. How long does the forgiveness of Yom Kippur last? And I think the answer is not very, because when you daven Mariv immediately after Yom Kippur, and in the middle you say Slach lanu avinu ki chatanu, mechal lanu malkeinu ki fashanu. Forgive us, O Lord, because we have sinned. So how many sins could a person do from between the end of Ne'ilah and those few minutes before you get to the middle of the Amidah? So somebody once told me that the sin is the way in which we gabble through and rush through Mariv. It falls straight away back into old habits. But once again this morning, we stand up after the whole Yom Kippur, and we daven to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Forgive me for my sins. How badly could a person have sinned last night? What did you do that was such a big sin last night? And you need to ask forgiveness this morning. Maybe you didn't bench with a proper kavanah. Yeah. Okay, you don't have to tell me the answer, but I think that yesterday's behavior, which was completely excusable, is no longer acceptable and excusable today. Because if you've been through a Yom Kippur, it means that you've reached a higher level, and things which HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't even consider to be inappropriate for you at your level before Yom Kippur. After Yom Kippur, Ma'alim B'Kodesh, we keep having to move upwards and upwards. And so there are new things that we've done, which were same things we've done, but when we did them before, they were acceptable for people like us. But after Yom Kippur, it's no longer acceptable, because there's more expected of us after we stood before HaKadosh Baruch Hu on a Yom Kippur. And I think that's the reason why we have to come back even in the morning and say Slach lanu avinu, because of the higher level that is expected of us, and that as a result of another cycle of the year, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. And if we are exactly the same and nothing has changed, then what was it for? And the whole thing was just a charade. Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur is supposed to actually change us in terms of our behavior. And I think that's the point of this Slach lanu. Rabbi Hanani, question. No, actually, the wake-up call from the alarm from the Almighty happened a while back. It was called a shofar. Rabbi Hanani ben Akashim,